In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible auctionable team right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. What I do mean by auctionable team is every single card in this squad will be purchasable from the auction house. So no grinds like, Russell Westbrook, KG, no cards that are free. They all have to be purchasable off the auction house. So no Mike Bantam, Billy Knight, no those cards are allowed on the squad. Just going to be showing you guys basically what is the best team you guys can buy just strictly from the auction house. So at the starting point guard position, we're going to be going with one of the new Dark Matters, and that is going to be the Dark Matter Lamelo Ball. I do believe he's the new best point guard in the game, even over Magic Johnson and Ben Simmons, who we'll talk about later in the video. But I just think Lamelo is so elite at the point guard position because of his defensive stats, because we all knew Lamelo was going to be an offensive powerhouse and just be probably the new best offensive point guard. We all knew that was going to happen, but we were all speculating what his defensive stats were going to look like and how good of a defender he was going to be. And they made this man a very good defender. He's got a 92 steal, 94 lateral quickness, 93 perimeter, 80 block, 88 interior defense. So he's going to be a very solid defender stats wise. And even badges, he's got Hall of Fame anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, pick dodger, and every single badge basically in the game on the defensive end. On gold, he's just missing box obese and brick wall. So Lamelo can play defense. I'm assuming his tendency is not that good. 95 on-ball steal tendency. Okay, yeah, see, that's actually really good. I did not think he would have that good of an on-ball steal tendency, so that's really good as well. So they soup this man out on the defensive end, and then we all know Lamelo offensively is just going to be a bucket. Like, he's got a 95 3-ball, 90 mid-range, tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges like Asian 3, blinders, catch and shoot, dead-eye, guard up, limitless range. I think it's pretty safe to say he is the new best offensive point guard in the game, and in my opinion, I do believe he's the new best point guard. Has such a good jump shot with that Lamelo Ball base, and even the Lamelo Ball upper really isn't that bad as well. On quick timing is a super good jump shot. His sigs are good because he's got the Curry slide and the Curry escape, which Tracy McGrady has as well. So the card's gonna be able to move really well on the offensive end. Has a Dame behind the back as well. Normal leaner, MJ dribble style. I mean, in my opinion, he's the perfect point guard. He's also got quick drops off too. Does he have quick drops off one? He does as well. It's not the go-to dunk, but he can still trigger the quick drops. Does he have the front clutches? I don't believe so. But all around, I would say easily Lamelo Ball, in my opinion, is going to be the new best auctionable point guard and just the new best point guard in general. Now at the starting shooting guard position, probably the most obvious selection is going to be Dark Matter Tracy McGrady, easily the best shooting guard in the game, and I think probably the second or best card in my team, depending on if you know how to use his card at his highest level. Like, if you know how to use his card, take advantage of his jump shot, take advantage of his dribble sigs, the Curry slide, Curry escape, you know how to do the crab, all that type of moves. There's some really tough drill moves you can do with this card, but once you do them, or once you learn how to do them, he can be very, very effective on the offensive end. So I feel like he is the best offensive card in the game, and it's not really that close. Like, Lamelo is really good. Some other cards we'll talk about are good on the offensive end, but he's literally got the best jump shot in the game on quick timing, amazing dribble sigs, he can Curry slide, Dame behind the back, MJ dribble style, normal leaner. I think he's got front clutches. Yeah, he's got front clutches. He doesn't have quick drops off one, but his dunking animations are really good with the front clutches. He gets a lot of good safe dunks, and then stats and badges wise, he's going to be a Dark Matter, 30 Hall of Fame badges, and he's 6'8" at the shooting guard spot with a 7'2" wingspan. He's damn near the perfect shooting guard you can make at this time of the year. Like, I don't see a better shooting guard coming out for at least another month or a month and a half, because even if we get a Dark Matter Kobe, he's just going to be a shorter Tracy McGrady. Even if they were to soup him up and give him all the good sigs and the best jump shot in the game, he still wouldn't be as good as a 6'8" Tracy McGrady. So for me, he's easily going to be the starting shooting guard, I should say. But talking about the starting small forward, this is where I'd probably go with Mike Bantam if we're talking about the best team in the game, but it's best auctionable squad, so we can only use cards that are purchasable on the auction house. And I do think we need a little bit more defense and a little bit more size, so we're going to be going for the Dark Matter LeBron James. I believe he is the second best small forward in the game, and he's going to give us that defense we do need, and he can also score the ball at a pretty high level as well. I mean, it's LeBron. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, amazing defensive stats and badges. Like, he's got what, 11 or 12 Hall of Fame defensive badges, including clamps, chase zone artist, of course, glove, interceptor, challenger, brick wall. He's even got Hall of Fame clamp breaker, quick first step on the offensive end, 97 speed with ball, super fast card, super athletic. Jump shot wise, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the Cal Corver base with LeBron James James upper. I actually would have preferred if he just kept his own base and his own upper and they put it on quick or very quick timing. I personally would have preferred that over the Kyle Korver base, but all around, I think LeBron is the second best small forward in the game and the best auctionable small forward, especially next to a guy like T-Mac and LaMelo Ball. But at the power forward position, I think there's only one man to go with, and that's going to be Dark Matter D-Rob. I do believe he's the new, or not the new best, he is the best power forward in the game. There's another card that we'll talk about that just came out yesterday that we'll talk about. You can maybe play him at the power forward position if you really want to go cheesy. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But David Robinson, such a good power forward. He's 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. I mean, these Dark Matter cards, they're basically perfect cards at their tier, or at their position, I should say. No real upgrades, no real flaws with the card. Great jump shot on D-Rob, amazing dribble sig. Like, he can actually put the ball on the court, put the ball on the floor, and actually move really well. He's got the normal leaner, basically perfect stats and badges. Like, maybe you'd want a little bit more playmaking, but honestly, David Robinson, the best power forward in the game. And then same thing with Yao Ming. Like, we all know Galaxy Ball Yao is going to be the starting center. He goes for like what, still 600, 700,000 MT, which is definitely a lot cheaper for what Yao Ming used to go for, but he's still 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. He's one of the most glitchy cards in my team history and easily the best card or second best card in the game, depending on him or Tracy McGrady. So in my opinion, guys, this is going to be the best auctionable starting lineup you guys can build in the game, obviously with like unlimited amounts of MT. Now, talking about the bench, it's really between Magic Johnson and Ben Simmons, at least in my opinion. I know D-Wade's pretty solid as well, but for me, I personally like Magic Johnson just a little bit more than Ben Simmons. But like I said, you really honestly just got to flip a coin, and then that's who's the better guard, because I can't make up my mind between Magic and Ben Simmons. But we all know by now what Magic Johnson can bring to the table. Has really good defense, 6'9" with a 7' wingspan, right? Really good defensive card. Jump shot isn't that terrible on quick timing, and they also gave him the Steve Francis size up, and he's got that amazing Dame behind the back, so the card can actually move a little bit on the offensive end, also with the MJ dribble style. Now, here's where stuff gets a little bit tricky. At the backup shooting guard spot, for this specific squad, I would probably go with Vince Carter. Now, you guys are probably shouting already, saying Scottie Pippen. Now, if you go with Pippen, I just feel like there's not going to be enough offense off the bench. And I know a lot of people's playstyle don't really need like a primary ball handler or a guy that can really score the ball. And that's perfectly fine if that's going to be your specific playstyle. For me personally, I like to have a guy that can at least handle the ball and can be my primary scorer. And Vince Carter, if we're talking about auctionable shooting guards, is the second best in the game in my opinion. But I'll definitely leave Scottie Pippen here at the end of the bench, because if you want to go for all defense, then you could definitely put him at that shooting guard position. For me though, at the backup small forward, I'm going to be going with Jonathan Isaac. I mean, you could go for MPJ if you want a little bit more offense, but I just think Jonathan Isaac is too well-rounded of a card to not be included in this squad. He's 6'11" at the small forward position with a 7'2" wingspan, and he's one of the new best defenders in the game. 95 interior defense, 95 perimeter, 97 lateral quickness, 95 steal, and a 98 block as well. And then he's basically almost got every single defensive badge on Hall of Fame. Even offensively, he's not that bad. Like, he's got his jump shot on very quick timing, which is a solid release. He's got the KD Sigs, MJ dribble style, normal leaner. His stats are actually pretty good for offense as well. 93 ball, 95 driving dunk, has an 89 ball handle, 92 speed with ball. I mean, I think he probably is the second or third best small forward in the game, unless we're counting a guy like Giannis, because here's something you guys can do that I'll talk about a little bit more here in a second. But you could go Giannis and maybe Scottie Pippen if you want to go for full defense and height and just overall like dominate people, like just a glitchy OP lineup where you have a lot of tall guys that can play really good defense. This is another variation you guys can go with, and that's the thing I like about the game right now, is there's so many different cards to choose from and different play styles, you know, preferences, and just so many different lineups you guys can currently build. For me though, I would personally go Jonathan Isaac and Vince Carter at the backup 2 and the backup 3, and then for the backup 4, I think it's between Giannis and this player, which I do believe is going to be the Pink Diamond Dino. I know there is some mixed opinions on this card. For me, I think he's an absolute beast, especially for his price tag, and the main reason is he's 6'11" at the power forward spot. He looks almost 7 foot or 7'1" a game, but he's got a 7'11" wingspan. He's got an 8 foot wingspan and some amazing defensive stats and badges. Like, this card plays so well in game. He's also got a great jump shot. I like the D-Mitch base a lot. You guys know I love Donovan Mitchell cards, and the main reason is because I love his jump shot. Really good sigs as well if you have to put the ball in the court. He's got the Steve Francis size up, which is one of the best moves in the game, or like, you know, sigs in the game. Also got the MJ dribble style, Kobe Bryant escape, Dame behind the back, normal leaner. I mean, in my opinion, I think he's better than Giannis at the power forward position. Now, is he better than Kevin Garnett? That is the question to be asked, but we're not counting KG because he's not an auctionable card. He's going to be a free card, but I like him over Jokic. Yee's not available on this squad, but I like him over Jokic and Yee at the power forward position. And then, guys, to round off the squad, in my opinion, I think it's pretty obvious for the backup center. It's going to be the new Dark Matter Kristaps. Now, here's what I was about to say. So what you could do if you want to be super glitchy and super cheesy is you could run a lineup like this. Now, this starting lineup would be absolutely unreal having LaMelo Ball, T-Mac, Giannis, Kristaps, and Yao, because you're going to have the height. You got a 6'11" small forward, a 7'3" power forward, and a 7'6" center, and you got LaMelo Ball and T-Mac to run the offense, and these are two of the best offensive cards in the game. So you could go with something like this if you want to go for super cheesy, and then even off the bench, you would have D-Rob at the backup center, especially next to a guy like Dino. That'd be perfectly fine, rebounding-wise, defensive-wise, and height-wise. Like, you'd be perfectly fine at your backup. For me, though, I think the better all-around lineup, though, is probably something that looks more along the lines like this. And then I will also throw Ben Simmons here at the 11th man spot, because like I said, between him and Magic, it's really just a toss-up. So in my opinion, guys, this is going to be the best possible auctional team you guys can build right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. But let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.